What's going on, everybody? Rocking about 99 again. Giving you today my impressions of the Battlefield 5 open beta. I just want to first start off. I've been watching some of the videos done by some of the YouTubers and other people that have been very critical of it. And, I mean, people need to friggin' remember it's a beta. Yes, it's close to the original version of the game, but there's still some tweaking that could be done. At its core, it's a Battlefield game, without question. Having played, games back to back 1943, I can tell you it is the same Battlefield feel that you had from back in the day. What is different? Well, other than, the upgrade and the surroundings and so on, the gameplay is different. There are new mechanics and new things in playing the game that, allow you to supposedly work more as a team. They've changed the revive formula. Now you have this bleed out situation, and you have an opportunity to allow a teammate or a medic to revive you when you're down. Well, problem is that first of all, a lot of people aren't running medic. There are two different types of animations with respect to the revive. If you get revived by a medic, it's pretty quick. If you get revived by a teammate, it takes a lot longer. However, I mean, there are a lot of things that I particularly like from a medic standpoint. I think the animation time for reviving folks needs to be adjusted, no matter whether it's a medic or a squad mate. But overall though, the gunplay itself is pretty good. I have to admit. I mean, when I did get killed, it was usually because I did something stupid, or it's not like it was in Battlefield 1 where you shoot at somebody and you don't know what the hell's happening. But here, the gun mechanics are a lot better. Um, but, like anything else, I like to play as a medic, so that's really kind of where I started playing with the beta. And, I found it to be, just as enjoyable as playing a medic in any other Battlefield. Um, as you can see, the revives can go quickly. It's just whether you, as I said previously, whether you get revived by a medic or whether you get revived by a teammate. This particular animation here, this is a teammate reviving me, not a medic. But if you watch this one, this is a medic's revive. He revives me, and instantaneously I'm back on my feet and I'm ready to rock and roll. So that's really kind of the difference between the two. Um, there are other things. I like being able to build the structures and the barricades, which I should let most people know. You have that function pretty much no matter what kit you're running as a medic. If you press down on the D-pad, you'll be able to build walls and such. Problem is that people don't fucking play together as a team. Here are my two squad mates running right next to me. Either one of them could revive me. Nope, F you. We're not going to revive you. We don't give a shit. That is that kind of mentality which was present in every Battlefield before and got worse in Battlefield 4 and even far worse in Battlefield 1 is back to rear its ugly head. At the end of the day, I would say, probably my greatest complaint with the game is the same thing as you would see in any other Battlefield game. And I can't necessarily fault DICE or EA and say, oh, well, you fucked up with the game. You didn't do this right. You didn't do that right. Well, no, they did do it right. But, people are still people and they're not going to play the game as their role or play the objectives. One of the things that I notice as I'm playing is that folks either they don't understand the map or that they don't understand the concept that the maps are designed so that it's an equal number of teams can control a certain number of objectives. There are an odd number of objectives. You hold more than that, you win the game. But instead, we still get the ring around the rosy, people just going around the map, and makes no sense to me. Um, I begin to wonder if folks just play the game just so they get kills or whatever instead of actually winning the game. Um, but overall, what I do see here is that if you play this game with a good squad of people and perhaps two squads, 4-man squads, so it's two per chat room, you could definitely do some damage. If we got together with two TLN squads, I assure you we will have fun and dominate in this game. If and when I do decide I'm going to get this title, I will be assembling my own private squad of people that want to play and commit to the game, to try and really make a force with our platoon and team. Now, there is nothing in the beta to give us any information about any type of clan support at this time, so there's really nothing to comment on there. Some of the things that I do like about it is the accuracy of the weapons. But some of the weapons, depending on the animation when you're running, they take up a lot of real estate on the screen, and it's very easy to lose a target in the size of the weapon and your view. Another thing is that the skill tree, as discussed by other YouTubers, does kind of make it interesting if you don't keep an eye on it. There are certain skills that you need to unlock that will make bad weapons better. So that's really kind of interesting to me. They have the ability, a skill tree, to allow you to take a weapon that when you first use it is just really may seem unusable to you, and you probably will never use it again. But if you force yourself and you can get some upgrades for that weapon, then you might find that you might enjoy that weapon more. Me, myself, I'm kind of a weapons whore. If I like a weapon and I can do well with it, I stick with it. But I did find that interesting. Real quick on sniping. Sniping has been made friggin' easy again. I mean, it's easy to shoot at somebody, but it's a little harder to get that sweet spot kill like they had in Battlefield 1. So that is, sniping is there. It's in the game like it always would be, and but generally snipers get taken out just by tactics because they're not smart enough to figure out. Um, the barricades, I like to say, in some cases they are useful. They're fun. They serve a distinct purpose, and they do slow the enemy down if your enemy doesn't have explosives to take down a barricade. It does slow them down, and it's hard to get over those things when you're trying to get into certain objectives. So there are a lot of things in that respect that I liked. I like the barricade system. I like that it worked with, I could run my medic kit and still be able to put up barricades around a particular objective. That's a whole new mechanic, and I do think that it serves a purpose, and it generally works well. However, there are some really quirky shit going on. When, as a medic, I go to revive somebody, I wind up picking up their weapon. So, not their kit, their weapon. I'm still a medic, but even if they were running an assault kit or a support kit, I would pick up their weapon when I went to go revive them. Now, what they do have is the ability to, switch weapons from an enemy you shot, so you can salvage their weapon. Mainly, I guess, for ammo. But they need to adjust which key it works for on the controller. My main complaint is the matchmaking system. They have not done anything with it, and a high score, high skill player like myself is constantly penalized. Nothing but losses. Unless you have a team, you're basically screwed. So my recommendation is get with a good squad, and then you'll enjoy the game. Till next time, this has been Rocket Rob 99, and I will see you all out on the battlefield.